Schedule a Zoom with me at GCExperts.com/Zoom.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
What's going on?
So I won another contract. I've been awarded another contract. And I bid this thing back, like August. Got a couple of guys giving me bids. I think I'm on the positive side of this to where I've bid enough. Installing a generator, I bid 51, and I think looking at things, I think it's going to come in the low to middle 30s. So I got about 15 to the positive. I'm fine that way.
Good.
Yeah, so I think I'm okay. I got a couple. I contacted some guys, and they're going to respond back tomorrow. However, the contracting officer is out of the office until January 5th. I tried calling him because it says in 10 days. Well, I got some questions, and I want to make sure that I want to make sure that I'm on the positive, number one. Number two, I want to understand what the time frame is here, because we got to do a bunch of trenching, and we could end up in snow. And I think what ended up happening is this job was supposed to be done, and then the government shutdown happened, and now it's been kind of delayed out.
I have a question.
So the question is, go ahead.
My question is, were you awarded the job improperly, or who contacted you?
I got an email, and it says awarded. Please fill out this paperwork. Jacobson Enterprises has been awarded this job.
Okay, so you have an improper award.
That's an improper award, okay.
Well, I'm asking, did you already accept the job?
I didn't accept the job. I'm waiting to find out if I'm on the positive, number one, and I want to find out what the time frame is, number two. But the contracting officer is out of the office until his voicemail says it, and his email says that he's out of the office until January 5th. So that's whatever, 2 weeks.
What's the date of the award?
Yesterday. Bear with me here.
Did that contracting officer send you the email, or did somebody else send the email?
He sent it, Kevin Brown.
Okay, and so he sent you an award and then hopped on an airplane and he's out of there.
He's out of here.
Okay, well then...
I don't want to... my question is if I don't... Go ahead.
Well, you have an improper award. You have to decide whether you want it or not. But for heaven's sake, I wouldn't send anybody out to the site, because that could be interpreted as acting on it as if it is an award. And if you do that, it is an award.
Okay.
So you cannot do anything that would clue the government into the idea that you're, quote, working on it as if it's an award. Because if you do, it is an award, and whether you accepted it or not.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Yep.
Okay, I'm just telling you that's what the rules are on an improper award.
Okay. Because I responded back to him. I said, please give me, 24 to 48 hours and I'll be back with you. And then I got that email. Then one of the guys asked me, he says, well, what's the time frame on this job? Well, it says complete in 10 days. So then I tried calling the guy, and I got
but it's not complete in 10 days from the award. It's complete in 10 days from the notice to proceed.
Which can be, it could be a week or two or even a month.
Notice to proceed is negotiable.
Oh, it is?
Absolutely.
See, I always get little nuggets when I talk to you. Okay.
Now, it could say on your award document that the time duration starts at the notice to proceed or award date. Have you ever seen that checkbox?
Yes.
But I'm almost 100% guaranteeing you that this one says from notice to proceed rather than from award, because the contracting officer, for heaven's sake, awarded it and hopped on an airplane.
Yeah. He's out for Christmas.
That's right.
So if I don't accept this, it says, please send me your payment bond.
It's not a function of accepting it at this point. Okay? Look,
Okay.
you have been awarded a federal contract. Period. Whether you accepted it or not, you have been awarded a federal contract. Period. Okay? It just so happens that you were improperly awarded. In other words, they didn't follow sentence number 1 in FAR 13.004. So now sentence number 2 comes into play. Do you want me to remind you what that sentence says?
I can either accept or deny, but remind me.
No, that's what your options are. Sentence number 1 says a quote is not an offer and consequently cannot be turned into a binding contract. Okay?
Yes.
Sentence number 2 says, therefore, issuance of an order in response to a quotation does not establish a contract. Okay? The reason number 2 is in there is because someday somebody might ignore sentence number 1 and take your quote and turn it into a contract. In other words, what just happened to you? So sentence number 2 kicks in. Therefore, if the federal government awards you a contract, even though they can't take a quote and turn it into a contract, they did. And what I'm telling you is that's when the courts come in, okay? And the courts have defined what happens next in this particular situation. And what I'm telling you is you got to make a decision. First decision is, do you want the job or not want the job? Okay? Now, the second thing is, like, if you want the job, you just reply back and you say, thanks for sending the award. Boom. You have acted on it as if it's a contract. Therefore, it is a contract. If you send somebody out to the site, you have acted on it as if it's a contract. Therefore, it is a contract.
Okay.
Okay? Do not act on this thing as if it's a contract if you don't want it. Now, it's not like you can't call around and make some phone calls and confirm some numbers and massage that kind of shit. But do not act on it as if it's a contract. Now,
Okay.
how long do you have? Well, I wouldn't be pushing this thing through Christmas. Whenever I've got I just tell you, when I get improper awards, generally speaking, I don't want none of them motherfucking Cheerios, if you've ever heard that joke. But usually I call back on improper awards and I say, hey, listen, I make mistakes. I'm sure you make mistakes too. But I never confirmed my bid. I never accepted an award, and this has been improperly awarded. What do you guys want to do about it? Because the last thing I want to do is accidentally say something, do something that somebody could interpret that I accepted that deal and acted on it as if it's an award, and then somebody tries to stick some loser down my throat. Now, I'm not saying that's ever happened to me, but because it hasn't. But I'm just saying, I want to make sure you understand everything from a 50,000-foot elevation as you're, going through this and making business decisions.
Okay, so if I don't respond I have to respond to him. one way or another. I got a little bit of time, but he's going to be out of the office so if I accept it, nothing's going to happen until he gets back in the office anyway.
That's right.
So it's kind of on hold.
Yeah, and you can be look, you can be firming things up in the meantime. That's no problem. But I wouldn't be issuing a purchase order because that's something that's trackable, right?
Yeah. No, I'm not going to do that.
Because that's acting on it as if it's an award. Unless you want it. I mean, if you figure out that you want it, go ahead and start making all the deals. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, first thing I got to do is I got to get some numbers. I'm looking at this right. Okay, if I don't want it, just reply back.
Hey, I make mistakes. I'm sure you do too. Nobody contacted me. We didn't accept this. And what's the... Do you need anything more than this email to terminate the mistake?
Okay.
And sometimes they come back crying. Oh, come on, do it. You know, be firm, dude. Or negotiate your way into a higher number.
Yes. That's what happened in Montana. They were crying the blues to me, and I knew I was a little upside down on that, but anyway.
Yeah, don't fall for their bullshit.
Yeah, we're so glad you're doing this job. We're so excited. Yeah, you're excited because I'm 10,000 in the hole on it. No, I think I'm on the right side on this one. I'm just confirming some numbers. I got 3 or 4 guys in the area there that are looking at this. So I'll wait for that to come back. I can decide if I don't want it. I can just deny the offer. Yeah, I'll just deny it that way.
It's not an offer.
Oh,
it's an award. You got to handle it differently.
Okay. It's an award.
That is you have in your hands an actual federal contract. Period. Now you have to decide what you want to do with it because it's a
improper award.
Improper award. Sorry, I drew a blank there.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, I got that yesterday. I guess since I'm a rookie at this, even before I called these guys and started, I should call you so I can get a little, because you always drop little tidbits of like.
Oh, it never hurts to pick up the phone and call me. You never know what kind of crap's going to pop out of my mouth.
Yeah. No, it's just I don't need any more mistakes. I got an education on. I found a guy out in Montana. Guy's going to take care of the job. I got a backup guy that could take care of the job. The contractor that I hired just did poor quality work. That's what it was. He wasn't. He did. I've had 2 or 3 guys look at this job, and that's I was thinking there was something wrong with what the government was presenting to us, the job site, the working conditions. It wasn't. This guy just didn't know what he was doing.
Wow.
So I'll maybe come out whole on this one, or maybe lose about $5,000, but it was a good education.
Yeah, I tell you what, anything you can get out of for $5,000 is a great education. Did I ever tell you I was married 30 years ago?
I didn't know that.
I was married for a year when I was about 20 years old. And when I got divorced, I had to give her $5,000. And that $5,000 is all the fucking money in the entire world to me at that time.
Yep.
And I laughed so hard all the time when my buddies, in their 50s are getting divorced. I go, yeah, motherfucker, I got out of that thing for $5,000.
Because that's all I had. Yeah. No, I think you and I are about the same age, and I think our fathers are about the same age.
Yeah.
I'm 50 and my father's 70. What is he, 76?
Yeah. Yeah. My dad's 76 as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I can tell by the videos and the timelines that you're doing things and all that type of stuff. And I was like, yeah, we're all about the same age. But no, I appreciate your time. We'll just, first things first is see where this thing come back on a bid. And then I'll go from there.
All right, buddy.
I appreciate it. Take care.
Yep. See you, Ryan.
Yeah, bye.